we had some hot takes yesterday. So controversial, Bert Show, which sparked outrage and debate on our Facebook page. And you know what? I'm here today to say that I listened and I looked at the comments. And I'm ready to double down, baby.
So this all has to do with the story that I brought to Eva's yesterday, where I was talking about how this woman in the UK took her kids to go see this new movie everyone's very excited about, the live action Lilo and Stitch. And she shows up to the movie theater and she notices that a single adult man was also at the movie theater watching this film. And she thought that this was a little odd. So she took this to a parenting forum online and said, do you think I'm overreacting for thinking that it's a little weird for a grown man to take himself to what is widely known, I guess, as a children's film predominantly? Is that weird? And 95% of the people in the forum thought that she was overreacting and that he had every right to go see the film because, it's not necessarily just for kids.
Yeah, so I listened to that story yesterday and we all had some opinions. And mine was predominantly like Lilo and Stitch the first one was made in like 2002 or something like that. So it's kind of baked into your childhood. And it also, there's the texture of that movie that if I saw a dude in a current Lilo and Stitch movie, I wouldn't even think twice about it. Mm-hmm. My take yesterday was, though, on the original Frozen, if I am there with my kids and I see a dude sitting by himself, I would do a double take and I would not sit next to that kid or that dude with my kids, right? It's just my I'm not calling the cops on you. I'm not asking security to tase you. I just think that that's an odd movie to see as a middle-aged man by yourself.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I wouldn't be odd enough for me to think to take it to a forum or anything like that. But would I have the thought in my mind of seeing it and going, that's different?
That's a choice.
It's a little different. Yeah, I certainly would.
And then my take yesterday was, again, I was like you with the Lilo and Stitch. I wouldn't have thought twice. And I was like, that is rather judgmental. I mean, there's so many Disney adults and there are so many people, like you said, with nostalgia, and it's a live action film. Like, I seriously would not have thought twice about it. But there are some movies, I think it is just dependent on the movie. And if it is targeted at a really young age, then I might raise an eyebrow, but it's not going to make me freak out. But I do think you need to be in this day and age aware of your surroundings, especially if you're a parent. I think that's just I think that's the responsible thing to do.
And I think if I want to be opinionated about it, it really is a movie by movie basis. Like if it's Wicked, right? There's a dude middle-aged guy in the movie theater for Wicked by himself. I don't think twice about it.
I don't think that's weird, but it sounds like Kristen's shaming the Paw Patrol adults, the guys who love Paw Patrol. I'm trying to make a joke.
Yesterday, because I brought up Paw Patrol. It is dependent upon the movie because I feel like that is targeted at very, very young kids.
All right, so let's go over some of the comments on our Facebook page. And I asked Rebecca for a cross-section. And because I don't very often go on our Facebook page because, Facebook, she was telling me that people were pretty fired up about it, right? There were also little girls in swimsuits in this movie. When Mary-Kate and Ashley were at their prime, it was actually a huge issue that came to be where certain types of men were going to these movies for ill-intended purposes, especially the movie Holiday in the Sun. You guys know this one?
I used to watch them, but it was a little bit before my time. But I'm assuming if it's a holiday in the sun, they're probably in their bathing suits a lot.
That's what she says, because the girls are on vacation in swimsuits for a lot of it. So she writes, that
would be a movie. Again, if we're going case by case, a movie, if it's an Ashley and Kate Olsen movie, Mary-Kate Olsen movie, and it's young preteens in bathing suits, and you are a dude by yourself in the theater, I'm going to raise an eyebrow at that.
I'm full-blown judging. Yeah.
I was I'm not, both eyebrows are raised and I'm looking at you like you're up to something.
Okay, here's a comment by either a bot or a coward because it's a GPD 605X with the picture of a truck. It's his avatar. Heaven forbid someone watch a movie by themselves. People need to chill out. All four people. I love going to the movie by myself. I really do love it. Again, it's movie by movie basis. again, I think the classic example for me is indeed Frozen, right?
What if the guy is singing Frozen from his soul, like every song? Would that make you judge him more or less?
You know what? I'm going to be on the other side of the theater, so it doesn't much matter at that
Gotcha.
point. I usually wait a few weeks if it's a kid movie and I want to see it in theaters. Another comment by Christy. Yes, it's weird. You don't know what he is doing when you walk in a movie theater. And from the father of a kid that worked in a movie theater and had to clean up in said movie theaters. There was one day where he quit on the spot by something that was left in the seat. How do I say
It was used, right?
There was a damp spot.
Yeah, it wasn't a. It was the actual. It's what goes in the used thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was just a puddle
In a cup.
in a.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm getting it.
Yeah,
I'm
I got it the first time. Sorry, I took so long to get there, but I got it.
Crocodile Kimmy says, but you have to be smart in this day and realize what it looks like. Maybe wait to stream it at home. As a single male who loves Disney, Pokemon, anime, and cartoons, how can you deny someone something that makes them happy? They're not pulling a Pee Wee Herman, so let them be. I'm assuming it came from a lady named Karen.
That's the whole the philosophy we played a while back. That woman that came out with like, don't yuck their yum. Like everybody's entitled to their everybody's entitled to their joy.
Right.
So you shouldn't steal their joy from them.
I think that's what the mom was confused about online was like, why is this children's movie your yum? You know what I mean? It's like, we're not trying to yuck somebody's yum, but like if it's a kid's movie, why would a man be there? Why would a grown man be there?
Ty says, has the movie been out longer than a week? Fair game if you want to watch Solo. If it's opening date, that's creepy. So it's a timing issue there. Jason writes, if a Facebook moms group says it's wrong, then you know you're doing the right thing. And unless he's doing something vulgar, it is not inappropriate. It's a kid's movie, and kids' movies are comforting and entertaining without the stress of other movies. Maybe so. I'm just telling you, if I go into that theater and I have a young child, if there is a middle-aged man at a movie that is specifically focused for young kids like that, I'm just not, as I said, I'm not calling the cops. I'm just looking at it kind of like, okay, and we're not sitting in that row.
You're clocking it and moving on.
I'm clocking it and moving on.
Sitting in the back.
Sitting in the back.
The Bert Show.